Call to order for the Town of St. John Redevelopment Commission special meeting for June 11th, 2025. Town Manager Billy, can we have a roll call, please?
Christian Jorgensen.
Present.
Michael Bovat.
Here?
Wayne Pondinas.
Present.
Ann Oster.
Present.
Jerry Sweats will be joining us via Zoom. He's not on yet. He's not on yet, so absent for now.
Harry?
Joe Svetnoff.
Here.
Oh, and Beth Hernandez, absent.
And our Town Manager, Billy?
He's always here.
Okay, all right. Moving on to item 3 on the agenda, public comment. I didn't see anyone signed up for public comment. Was there any public comment? Moving on to item 4, approval of minutes, May 28th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the May meeting minutes.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the May 28th meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 In this instant, has he joined yet or no?
Is he on now?
Jerry,
Yeah,
are you
I'm here.
Okay.
We have Councilman Jerry Sweats is joining us via Zoom or Skype, whatever they call it. And under those conditions, we're going to have a roll call vote. So, Mr. Billy, could you call out the roll call?
Yes. Jerry Sweats.
This is for the, we have a motion and a second, Jerry, for approving
Yep.
the May 28th meeting minutes for the RDC.
Thank you. Yes.
Christian Jorgensen.
Yes.
Mike Bovat.
Aye.
Wayne Pondinas.
Aye.
Ann Oster.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 4-0. Moving on to item 5, public hearings.
For the record, Mr. President, it was 5-0.
Okay,
Yeah,
I apologize, yes. 5-0. Public hearing, this is for the second preliminary determination public hearing. Our attorney, Joe Svetnoff, proof of publication.
Proofs of publication have been supplied, are in order, and at this time, we should proceed forward with the public hearing.
Thank you. Billy, opening
For the-
remarks.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. This is for the determination for the RDC to enter into the lease.
All right, and then for presentation, just same as what we had before, basically, right?
Correct. Nothing's changed from our last one.
Gotcha on that. We're now opening the floor for public hearing, public comment here. Anyone for public comment? If no public comment, we will close public comment. Moving on to item B.
Mr. President, also, if we could close that public hearing now.
Okay, I apologize. Yeah, we're going to close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Roll call, Billy?
Jerry Sweats.
Yes.
Christian Jorgensen.
Aye.
Michael Bovat.
Aye.
Wayne Pondinas.
Yes.
Ann Oster.
Aye.
And it is closed, 5-0. Moving on to item B, public hearing concerning a proposed lease with the St. John Redevelopment Authority. Mr. Spetnoff, proof of publication?
Proofs of publication have been supplied, are in order, and at this time, we should move forward with the public hearing.
Thank you. Billy, opening remarks.
This is for the execution of the lease between the RDA and the RDC.
Is there anything follow-up for a presentation?
The presentation is as
The
it was
same as
last week,
before?
yes.
Okay, we're opening up for public hearing for public comment. Is there any public comment? There is no public comment. We're going to close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
I second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Billy, if we could have roll call for a vote?
Jerry Sweats.
Yes.
Wayne Pondinas.
Yes.
Mike Michael Bovat,
Yes.
Christian Jorgensen,
Aye.
and Oster.
Aye.
Hearing is closed, 5-0. Moving on to number 6, ordinances and resolution. A, consider resolution 2025-06-11A. A resolution of the St. John Redevelopment Commission making a preliminary determination to enter into a lease. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt resolution 2025-06-11A.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So I do have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Pardon me?
I said I have a question on this one.
Yes.
The repayment, how are we going to, make that payment back? The funds to make the payment on the lease. It's $3.5 million a year.
So if you can make sure your mic's on so Jerry can hear you, that's all.
Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah,
So under the lease, so that 3.5 million is the maximum that could be paid in any year under the lease, and that would be, the lease, after the bonds are issued, the lease rentals would be set to match the debt service payments. So, and those debt service payments and the lease payments that pay the debt service would be paid from property tax.
okay, so are we gonna have to do a tax increase to do this?
I defer to Greg on that, but I understand that.
Hello, Greg Balsano, Baker Tilly Municipal Advisors. Speaking on how it paid, so it would be from a new property tax on the redevelopment district, which is the same boundaries as the town, same net assessed value. The max is the 3.5 million, but I would say that the average payment is estimated to be around $2 million a year. What we're trying to do here is wrap this around some expiring debt that is coming off of the tax rolls in the coming years. So as far as the question goes, as far as a tax increase, we're kind of structuring this again to wrap around as best we can. So while there could be some tax increase, we're keeping it as close as we can to tax neutral throughout this process. And if AVs grow at the same pace they have been, I know in that preliminary determination packet, you can see that the rates are very close to what the debt service has been over the last handful of years. You guys have experienced about 9.8% average net assessed value growth over the last 5 years or so. And so in these charts, we kind of show what would happen if AV didn't grow, and then what would happen if AV only grew 3% a year. So again, we're trying to be a little conservative even on what has actually happened in the past 5 years.
So basically, Greg, as these other bonds fall off, this one is just going to take their place, and we should see pretty much a neutral change is our anticipation.
Correct. Yep. I think that's the anticipation, assuming that we see similar NAV growth. Yep.
And you hit on a good point, and I want to stress that for Jerry and whomever else is listening. That's what makes the growth of AV important, especially with the attraction of new commercial, which this council has been working diligently on. And I would think we've looked at some of the numbers and would expect, hopefully, with the new projects coming in and things like that, a decent AV growth. So that was one of my reasons for not having any issue with this as well.
Yeah. No, thank you. And the average, just to provide some additional context, the average tax rate, the average debt service tax rate from 2019 to 2025 was about 0.0836 cents. That was the average over that time period. It has decreased a little over the last few years, and then over the next, until 2044, when this bond would mature, that average, assuming the AV growth, is around 0.08 cents as well. So assuming that AV growth we're showing.
De minimis.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me?
I'm sorry,
Can
Jerry?
can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was trying to adjust my microphone. Okay, that answers my question. I was concerned about having to raise taxes, but with the AV growth and deferring it out that far, yes, I guess I'm confident that we can cover that. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
As are we.
So we have a first and a second.
Okay, we have a first, and we do have a second. We have a roll call, Billy?
Jerry Sweats,
Aye.
Christian Jorgensen,
Aye.
Mike Bovat,
Aye.
Wayne Pondinas.
Aye.
Ann Oster.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Item B, consider Resolution 2025-06-11B, a resolution of the St. John Redevelopment Commission authorizing the execution of a lease between the St. John Redevelopment Authority and the St. John Redevelopment Commission and all matters related thereto. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt resolution 2025-06-11B.
Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Roll call, Billy.
Jerry Sweats.
Aye.
Christian Jorgensen.
Aye.
Mike Bovat.
Aye.
Wayne Pondinas.
Aye.
Ann Oster.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Moving on to item 7, reports and correspondences. Any reports from anyone? Any correspondence?
All I want to do is thank Barnes and Thornburg and Baker Tilly for coming here today to help clarify any questions that came up. You guys are professionals, so thank you.
I'd like to piggyback off that, Wayne. I appreciate you gentlemen being here, being able to expound on any questions or concerns that the community may have had. I know the council's been very diligent, and Billy, working with you, and we feel extremely confident. Thank you for that. Item 8, adjournment. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Roll call, Billy.
Jerry Sweats.
Aye.
Christian Jorgensen.
Aye.
Mike Bovat.
Aye.
Wayne Pondinas.
Aye.
And Ann Oster.
Aye.
This meeting is